I want to cut across to our guest this evening, Rajat Sethi, political analyst, Neerja Chaudhary, senior journalist, columnist, Javed Ansari, senior journalist, Binay Kumar Singh, director of Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Research Foundation. All of them joining us. Rajat, you know, for somebody who's just about 45, and one can't quite get over how young Nitin Nabin actually is, to be made the party president of a outfit of a political party so well entrenched at a time which is crucial for the BJP. You're not just headed into crucial state elections, you're possibly headed into a 2029 election under the leadership of Mr. Nitin Nabin.
Preeti, good evening to you and to the fellow panelists. Well, first thing first, I belong to a school of thought where leadership, nobody is born as a leader. You exercise leadership whenever there is a challenge before you. And I believe when it comes to the BJP's new chief, Nitin Nabin, he has demonstrated it when tough circumstances were there in the state of Bihar, managing the relationship with the JDU, doing a lot of organizational work in several states where he was given a charge of. And at the end of the day, newer challenges will come before him, and it is up to him how he's, trying to fit into the new role, fit into much bigger shows. But the training of the BJP is such, and the training of the RSS is such, that there are fundamentals that you as a Karyakarta is made aware of. You know what an organization or a Karyakarta, being a Karyakarta implies. And I think that is the single biggest check mark which Nitin Nabin satisfies. You know, the sheer joy, if you go to party office right now, the youngsters, the kind of energy that you see right now in the party office was for a period of time was missing. And I believe this is where Nitin Nabin has started to make a much bigger difference than what was anticipated when his name was just simply announced. And I believe that he will continue to energize the youth behind the BJP. And age plays a tremendous role. He has seen at least 3 or 4 generations of Yuva Morcha Karyakartas emerging from the Yuva Morcha, going into the parent body of the BJP. So he has deep networks, which, from a viewer's point of view who do not know the organization of the BJP, it might just seem a little bit odd, but he is deeply connected individual. He knows people not just in the parent party, but a plethora of party members across the board. And this is what BJP does, and this is what RSS training does. They, right from the very young age, they depute you in various states across the geography of the country, so that you get that training and you build those family level relationships, which help you when you get into such a position. You have those networks in place and you can jumpstart into that role. And I believe this is the reason why why we are talking about this organizational person so many times repeatedly over the past few weeks since he's been anointed.
No, because it's an important post, and that's one of the main reasons we're talking about it so much. It's the party president of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And Javed Ansari, I want to bring you in on this. And, there's a larger question, Javed. When you, what's the biggest messaging? Is it somebody who's just 45-year-old, which is surprising, has come in to be helming a party like the BJP, or the sheer fact that organization above party and self, and that's the larger messaging?
Well, the fact is, the significance of his appointment lies in the fact that he's a consensus candidate. He's been chosen by the BJP bigwigs, by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Mr. Amit Shah, and it also has the rubber stamp of the RSS. He's been chosen at a time. He assumes presidentship at a time when much was made of the fact that there was a delay, that there was talk of some kind of tussle between the government and the RSS. But all that has been laid to rest. Now Mr. Nitin Nabin comes at a time when the BJP is at its strongest. Its footprint across the country has never been as large as it is today. What all he has to do is stay the course. For him, the bigger challenge will be, and here the political management skills of the BJP's top brass will also come into play, because, either he keeps looking over his shoulder where there's Mr. Amit Shah, his immediate predecessor, Mr. Nadda, Mr. Rajnath Singh, Mr. Gadkari, and there is, of course, the Prime Minister, or is he allowed to chart his own course within the framework of what the BJP stand for and what is the BJP's core areas. Looking from as far as the optics are concerned, The BJP top brass has chosen to put its shoulder behind the wheel. There's a visible display of unity and solidarity, all of them lining up behind Mr. Nitin. And I don't foresee too much of a problem for him, because as far as the political heavy lifting is concerned, that will be done by the Prime Minister and Mr. Amit Shah. The nuts and bolts, of course, he has a lot of experienced hands to fall back upon for advice. So unless something really out of the ordinary happens, I think Mr. Nitin Nabin ought to have an easy ride in office.
Well, and also, what is a better time than to make a generational shift when you're at your strongest and when you can actually make it where it's acceptable to all and it's well entrenched? Give us a moment. We're going to just dip in to who really is Nitin Nabin. And that's a question, and you're not wrong, many of you have, because it's someone who's possibly risen from the ranks. Nobody quite knew who Nitin Nabin was till his name came up as the interim BJP president. He's no longer interim, folks. He is now firmly positioned as the 13th party president of the BJP, the youngest ever party president of the BJP. Take a look of where Nitin Nabin comes from, and we're joined by our other guests as well on the other side.
श्री नितिन नबीन जी का स्वागत करें। भारत माता की, भारत माता की।
45-year-old Nitin Nabin is not just another political leader. This millennial BJP leader rose to the top job in the party from grassroots politics. He's a second-generation politician of the Saffron Party. Yet he traversed through each step of the ladder in the party to rise to the top. His is not the story of a parent handing over the mantle under watchful eyes. Nitin Nabin's father, veteran BJP leader and former MLA Naveen Kishore Prasad Sinha, passed away in 2006. Nitin Nabin was 25 years old. He stood in his father's shoes and contested the by-election from Patna West Assembly constituency, left vacant by his father's untimely demise.
मैं अपने पिताजी स्वर्गीय नवीन किशोर प्रसाद सिन्हा जी को जरूर आज याद करना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि उन्होंने ही राजनीति मुझे जरूर विरासत में दी, पर जिस बट वृक्ष के तहत उन्होंने कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ मुझे जोड़ा। और मैं हमेशा कहता हूं कि मुझे उंगली पकड़कर कार्यकर्ताओं ने काम करना सिखाया, और आज उन्हीं कार्यकर्ताओं के बल पर है कि मैं इस मुकाम तक पहुंच पाया हूं। पिताजी को काम करते हुए तो मैंने नहीं कभी देखा, क्योंकि मैं उस समय राजनीति में नहीं था, पर मैं हमेशा ये सोचता था जब उनकी मृत्यु हुई तो किस प्रकार से लोग भावना में उनसे जुड़े हुए थे। लोग मेरे हाथ पकड़ के जब रोते थे तो मुझे भी नहीं समझ में आता था कि मेरे पिता के लिए कोई व्यक्ति इतना क्यों रो रहा है। लेकिन मुझे तब समझ में आया जब राजनीति में मुझे आने का मौका मिला कि किस प्रकार से एक एक कार्यकर्ता परिवार एक एक नेता से जुड़ जाता है, एक एक कार्यकर्ता परिवार एक दूसरे का भाई और चाचा बनकर काम करता है।
Nitin Nabin was born on January 23, 1980 in Patna. His father, Naveen Kishore Sinha, was a four-time MLA of Bihar BJP. Demise of his father when he was in his mid-20s meant Nitin Nabin had to shoulder family responsibilities along with the political legacy. He was young but not lost. Nitin Nabin's maternal family helped him build his foundation. Nitin Nabin started his party work like any other member. He would put up posters during election season, arrange chairs at meetings, sit with party workers and listen to people's problems in the neighborhoods. But gradually, he began to gain recognition within the party as a young man who works quietly and does not shy away from responsibility.
राजनीति में शॉर्टकट के लिए कोई जगह नहीं है। राजनीति में शॉर्टकट से दूर हो जाइए। राजनीति लॉन्ग रन का काम है। लंबी दूरी से अगर जाना है राजनीति में तो धैर्यपूर्वक काम करिए। निश्चित रूप से काम के प्रति अपने कमिटमेंट के साथ काम कीजिए। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का वॉच टावर इतना मजबूत है, आपको बूथ से उठाकर प्रदेश और केंद्रीय नेतृत्व तक पहुंचा देगा।
संगठन के मामले में भी उनका जो विजन था, वो संगठन को कैसे आगे बढ़ाया जा सकता है, कैसे संगठन के छोटे छोटे कार्यकर्ताओं को उनके दक्षता के हिसाब से या उनके कार्य के अनुरूप उनको कैसे आगे बढ़ाने के लिए कैसे काम दिया जाए, ये उनकी संस्कृति में भी थे, उनके कार्य की दक्षता भी थी।
Nitin Nabin became a prominent BJP leader at a young age. He's one of those few people who spent his life in strengthening the BJP in Bihar. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, let's also bring in Binay Kumar Singh, Director of Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Research Foundation. Mr. Kumar, what do you think is the biggest message from this investiture and appointment? Do you think this is somebody as young as 45-year-old, generational shift, or do you think the clear message is just organization above everything else?
So the party, they talk about politicization of youth. But BJP has went a step further. It is youthization of politics. It is a youth politics. And BJP is a party of youths. And I have been able to see some comments backed by. So these terminologies backed by or hacked by, these are not of BJP's dictionary. The party leadership has, vetted him, and I think they have tested him for a long period, and
Okay.
the party has found him fit to hold this
Okay.
big position. And
Okay.
anybody who knows him personally, they know about his the leadership skills, the other qualities of his personality. He's a wonderful human being, a true leader, and I think
Okay.
he's going to prove his mettle.
All right, let's see. Well, he has his task cut out, and right up there in the next 2 months are 4 elections. But Javed Ansari, the other question that one needs to reflect on, this is also messaging to the principal opposition party, the Congress. If you're talking about a generational shift, it hasn't just happened with the party president being just 45-year-old. Look at the chief minister of Maharashtra, who's 55 years old. Look at Yogi Adityanath in Uttar Pradesh. Then you have the Assam chief minister, who's, of course, Hemanta Biswa Sarma, going into an election. There seems to be a larger plan and strategy, which possibly the Congress could learn from.
Well, certainly they could learn from, but also don't forget, when you are in power and you wield this kind of influence and
True.
position, it's much easier to implement these kind of things. The Congress also tried to do it. They tried to replace Mr. Gehlot with Sachin Pilot. He's young, but we know what happened. They failed. They tried with today, the fact that Jyotiraditya Scindia is in the BJP and he's left his parent party owes a lot to the fact that they couldn't get him to become chief minister of the state. The old guard dug in their heels, and the central leadership of the Congress party was not in a position to have their way. So herein lies the difference. The BJP central leadership can make or mar the prospect. They are the ones who deliver. The Congress leadership is not in that position. They don't wield that kind of influence, and therefore they are unable to ensure that their game plan succeeds even within their own party. They no longer wield the kind of power and influence that they used to when they were in power in the central government and when they were ruling the roost.
No, fair point. Just very quickly, Rajat, if you want to come in, because to do it at a time when you are all powerful and pervasive works best, because then everything falls in line. It was an opportunity missed by the Congress when possibly when they had that kind of power that the BJP has today. Rajat, the question's for you. Okay, I think we've lost Rajat. Okay, we've lost Rajat Sethi, but thank you, all three of you, for joining us.